Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome inside the Royal Brome Pavilion on the campus of Seattle Pacific University, where the SPU Falcons are getting ready to kick off their basketball season in an exhibition matchup against George Fox. My name is Max Gunn, great to have you with me this afternoon. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for the visiting Bruins, it'll be Emily Spencer, Haley Hutzer, Haley Hartney, as well as Haley Stowbridge and Matney Jamison. And for SPU, it'll be Riley Evans, Jaylee Albert, Cece West, Haley Bennett, and Carly Ratask. SPU coming off of one of their best seasons in program history. They went 23-8 last year, made it all the way to the GNAC Conference Tournament Championship game before falling to Montana State Billings, while George Fox has established themselves as a Division III powerhouse year in and year out. And this year looks to be more of the same from the Bruins. The Bruins made the 3.5, 4-hour trip up to Seattle, and we are ready to go this afternoon. Underway from Brome. The Falcons control it first. It goes into the hands of Albert. Falcons wearing their home whites, Bruins in their road grays. That one was sent down low looking for Ratask, but it was stolen by Jamison. And here's the first possession of the day for George Fox. Falcons playing man defense early, and Cece West steals that one away. And here comes SPU, fast break opportunity, but it goes off the hands of number 2, Emily Spencer, and out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor for the Bruins. Or excuse me, for SPU, who inbounds the basketball. Cece West with it now. Played in only 5 games last year, up and under, no good, gets her own miss, and converts on the putback. Cece West with the first bucket of this ball game, and the Falcons take a 2-0 lead 1 minute in. I mentioned West played in just 5 games last year before her season ended with a knee injury, and the Falcons expecting a really big season from her. She's a former Division I standout at Portland State before transferring to SPU. Here's a wing 3, that's good. And an early timeout for George Fox. Haley Bennett drains it from behind the arc, and it's 5-0 SPU. What a shot from Haley Bennett, who played in all 29 games last year for the Falcons, off the bench. Able to convert there. Just over a minute into this game. It's 5-0 Falcons. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be right back. You're listening to Falcons basketball on Stretch Internet. Welcome back to Royal Brome Pavilion. An early timeout called by George Fox head coach Michael Meek, who has had a lot of winning success with the Bruins in his tenure as head coach. That one goes out of bounds and back to SPU. Meek entering his 9th year in charge of the Bruins program. Cece West in a hurry to get it in. And she does, but the Bruins pressing here early. And the whistle blows. Looks like we had a foul away from the ball. on George Fox, so CC West will throw it in again. Falcons need to get it past midcourt, and they do. And that one's stolen by Jamison, and here come the Bruins. There's a three from the right wing, and that is good. Haley Hartney from downtown, and George Fox gets their first bucket of the day, and they trim the deficit to 2. Hartney, the 6-foot junior from Vancouver, Washington. Started all 29 games for George Fox last year, mainstay in their rotation. There's Riley Evans, who was picked preseason all GNAC. CC West down low, can't convert off the glass, and it's rebounded by George Fox. Here comes Hutzer, racing it up the floor. Taking it inside, missing the lay-in is Spencer. But Jamison gets the putback, and we're even at 5 points apiece, nearly 3 minutes in. The press continues for George Fox, and Evans able to cross midcourt. Looking down low for Ratusk, but she is fouled.
Foul goes on the Bruins, Haley Stowbridge.
And now we are going to get some substitutions for both teams.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 30, Natalie Huff.
Natalie Hoff comes in for SPU.
The Bruins 10, Maddie Hull, 22, Taven Headings, and 43, Emily Holder.
Evans from Australia. And now we're going to get another foul. That's going to be on number 43, just in, Emily Holder for George Fox. So Falcons with it, 5-5. Albert. Down low for Bennett. And that one goes out of bounds, off of the hand of Haley Hartney, so it'll stay here with SPU, 17 to shoot. This is a George Fox team that made the NCAA Division III tournament last year. That left-handed layup, no good. But Natalie Hoff was fouled, and she will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Second foul on Holder. So now Jamison is going to have to come right back for George Fox. First shot from Hoff, she drains it. And the Falcons go up by 1. Hoff, a true freshman from Beaverton, Oregon. Not too far from the campus of George Fox. On back-to-back Oregon State championships as a junior and senior at Southridge High School in Beaverton. And she hits a pair of free throws there to put the Falcons up 7-5 early. And now it's stolen by Hoff on the other end. But she stepped out of bounds in the process, so it'll stay with George Fox. And now we're going to see Jade Skidmore check in for the first time today as Haley Bennett takes a seat. The Bruins and Falcons have engaged in an exhibition matchup for the last handful of years.
Foul goes on George Fox's Haley Stowbridge. Her second personal.
Falcons won last season. In a victory 71-56. There's Evans, who is going to take a much bigger role on this Falcons team. After SPU lost all 5 of their starters, there's a 3 from way behind the arc. No good that time from Albert. And here come the Bruins. Corner 3 there is good. Haley Hutzler able to convert. This senior was an All-Northwest Conference honorable mention last year for the Bruins. Averaged 9 points a game, good for second most on the team. There's a nice look and a finish by Natalie Hoff to put the Falcons back up by 2. Midway through this first quarter, the Falcons up by 1. It's 9-8.
Foul whistled on SPU. Goes on Jade Skidmore. That's the Falcons' first foul.
Jade Skidmore is whistled for the first foul
For George Fox, number 4.
of the period
Kylan Coleman.
on SPU.
And number 2,
Now,
Emily Spencer.
Kylan Coleman and Emily Spencer back into the game for George Fox. There's Spencer with it. Looking down low for Jamison. Good defense by the Falcons. Again, looking Jamison's way, but she has her pocket picked by Hoff. And here comes Evan in SPU. Nice move from Albert, taking it all the way with the left hand and a foul. What a move by Jaylee Albert, who will get a chance for a 3-point play.
Basket good, and a foul.
Albert, the senior from Hamilton, Montana.
Kylan Coleman, her first, the team's 5th.
A key returner for this Falcons team. I mentioned they lost all 5 of their starters last year.
Bruins up, 43.
Graduated. And Albert's going to take a much bigger role as well. She averaged a career best 4 points a game and 2.5 rebounds per game last year. And she will be asked to add some more totals onto those. And off to a good start in this exhibition matchup. Can't convert the free throw. Falcons up by 3, 4:19 to go in the first. Nice over and under move by Emily Holder working against Natalie Hoff, and that trims the deficit to 1. Skidmore nearly lost it, but she's able to hang on to it. Now Evans looks to go to work inside. A lot of contact, whistle blows. And they are going to get a foul. And number 43, Emily Holder.
Foul is on the Bruins, Emily Holder. Her 3rd.
And that is already Holder's 3rd foul of the game. Just over 6 minutes in. So Evans to shoot a pair. And she nails the first.
Back for George Fox, 11, Haley Hutzler.
Haley Hutzler comes back in for George Fox. Evans, who was injured during her sophomore season, didn't play a ton, had a really nice bounce back year last year. Played in 26 games for SPU and really came on later in this season as a foul is going to be called on Albert. Evans really excelled in the conference tournament.
Albert, her first SPU 2nd.
She had 18 points in the GNAC tournament championship game against Montana State Billings.
And 24.
Before the Falcons ultimately lost that game. And now a foul is going to be called down low. And Taven Headings is going to shoot 2 at the line.
Shooting foul, Taven Headings has 2 shots.
It's the first. Headings, a senior, has not missed a game in her career for the Bruins. She's been very, very durable. big-time three-point threat.
Bruins sub number 24, Haley Hartney.
And now she will take a seat. And in comes Haley Hartney. And again, the Bruins press early. So Falcons will inbound it. Up by 1, 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Need to get it over, and they do. Goes into the hands of Austin. And George Fox able to force a turnover.
Foul is on the Falcons. Caprice Boston, her first.
Caprice Boston with an offensive foul. So the Bruins will get a chance to take the lead. Nice look inside. And drawing the foul is Kylan Coleman.
Foul on the Falcons. Caprice Boston, her second.
Caprice Boston whistled for her second foul in under a minute. So Coleman will shoot 2. Coleman, a junior. Averaged 7 points a game last year. Able to hit the first, and we are tied at 13-13. Coleman's second. Good. She hit them both, and George Fox up 14-13 with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Corner 3 is good. Maddie Hingston able to put the Falcons back up by 2. And now a 3 for George Fox. Too strong that time. And here come the Falcons. Up by 2. Nice move and a put-in by Jade Skidmore. The transfer from Walla Walla Community College. George Fox trying to answer that 3, way too strong by Haley Hartney, and rebounded by Skidmore. Skidmore won a championship with Walla Walla Community College last year. Junior from Terraton, Idaho, now playing for SPU. Here's another open 3. That one was airmailed. Caprice Boston unable to graze the iron on that one. Now George Fox, another 3, and that one is good. Haley Hutzler with her second 3 of the game trims the deficit to just 1. And that is going to make head coach Mike Simonson take a timeout for SPU. 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Falcons up 18-17 in their exhibition matchup, getting ready to kick off this 2018-2019 basketball season. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GNAC Basketball on Stretch Internet. Out of the break, Falcons will inbound. Still a hard press by the Bruins. They nearly create a turnover. It was poked away by Jamison, hustling up the floor.
Now checking in 22, Taven Headings.
And now Taven Headings back in for George Fox. And that one nearly stolen again. Good hustle by Kaylee Doubt. And the Falcons have had trouble breaking that press at times. Again, that's the third time the Bruins have nearly stolen it. 6 seconds have gone by, and the Falcons still haven't been able to cross midcourt. Make it 4.
Also in number 10, Maddie Hall.
Falcons finally able to get it to their end of the floor after Jade Skidmore catches the inbounds pass, now gets the offense to work. Tusk with it, looking down low for Skidmore. And it goes out of bounds, staying here with SPU. Looking down low for Tusk, goes up with it. And is wide left, is rebounded by Hutzler. George Fox pushing it up, they take another 3, that one no good. Goes in and out of the hands of Caprice Boston. And they're going to get a foul there.
Foul on the Bruins, Taven Headings.
Taven Headings whistled for the foul, and
Falcons have
with George Fox
Caprice Boston at the line.
committing 5 fouls as a team in this quarter. It's bonus time for SPU, and Boston will shoot a pair. She misses the first. Riley Evans coming back for Seattle Pacific, and Emily Spencer back into the contest for George Fox. Falcons up 18-17. 73 seconds to go in this first quarter. Boston misses both. And a quick outlet to Spencer, the point guard, who will set things up. Spencer was second team All-Northwest Conference last year. And that one's stolen by the Falcons. Fast break opportunity, looking to get it to Rotus. Ball's on the ground. A jump ball will be called. It's Haley Bennett for the Falcons, who had a handle on it. Again, was looking for Carly Rotusk. With a jump ball possession arrow awarded to the Bruins. 54.5 seconds to go here in the first. Spencer will bring it up. George Fox last year averaged 74.5 points a game. That basket will not count. Foul away from the ball. And despite George Fox averaging 74.5 points a game, which was second most in their conference, they had just one double-digit score. First free throw is missed by Haley Hutzer. So the Bruins are the bonus now as well. Caitlin Jamieson was the only player to score in double figures. She averaged 12.4 points per game, but she was a senior. She graduated. Fast break for the Falcons, and Ratus knocks it in off the glass, and the Falcons back up by 2. 20-18. There's about a second and a half differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Spencer with it. The junior averaged 9 points a game last season for the Bruins. Loses her dribble, gives it for a three-pointer, and it's no good from Taven Headings. Falcons rebound, 2 seconds to go. A three at the horn, good if it goes, but it does not. As Maddie Hingston, who hit a three a couple of minutes ago, could not get that one to go, just inside midcourt. 10 minutes in the books this afternoon here in Seattle. Falcons with a 2-point lead early over George Fox in their lone exhibition matchup this season, 20-18 after one. Second quarter coming up. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to SPU Women's Basketball on Stretch Internet. Welcome back to the Roy Brown Pavilion in Seattle, where the SPU Falcons are getting their basketball season underway in this exhibition matchup against George Fox from Oregon, and they have a 20-18 lead after 10 minutes. CC West back into the game for Seattle Pacific. Rotusk thought about passing and pops an 18-footer from the elbow. That goes. Carly Rotusk with her second basket. She's now tied with Natalie Hoff with 4 points for the Falcons team lead. Haley Hutcher leads all scorers for George Fox. She has 7. There's an open lane for Stevens, and that is just too easy. Or Spencer, I beg your pardon. Saw that lane and took advantage of it, used her speed, and now there's a steal. But there was a foul before the steal, it looked like.
Personal foul called on the Falcons, CC West.
CC West whistled for the personal.
The Falcons first of the second quarter. Bruins up 25, Haley Stowbridge.
And now Haley Stowbridge will check in for Kaylee Dowd. That shot no good, might have been blocked. Jamison able to get it off, but Rotusk underneath with a nice contest. There's a three-pointer from Riley Evans. In and out. Offensive rebounded by Rotusk. Puts it back up. No good, but she was fouled and will shoot a pair at the line. Carly Rotusk, the senior from Kirkland, played in 27 games off the bench last year. Averaged a career high 4.9 points for SPU. And the first free throw rattles out.
Back for the Falcons 20, Jade Skidmore.
Jade Skidmore back for SPU. Rotusk with the second free throw, missed that one as well. 0 for 2 on that trip. Falcons 22, Bruins 20. Down low look for Emily Holder, another jump ball, and this time
Jump ball called, the arrow favors George Fox.
the possession arrow sticks with George Fox. The Falcons embarking on this basketball season for the first time in 13 years without Julie Heisey at the helm. Coach Heisey resigned over the summer from her tour of duty as the head coach of the Falcons. She led SPU to 8 NCAA tournament appearances, Won Elite Eight, 4 GNAC championships, and 8 20-win seasons in 13 years. And her lead assistant for each of the past 2 seasons, Mike Simonson, has taken over. There's an offensive foul called on Emily Holder. CC West draws the charge. And this crowd was fired up. Now the officials are going to talk it over. It looked like one wasn't so sure. One called a block, one called a charge. And it is indeed a charge. So the Falcons will get the ball back.
Her 4th personal, the team's 2nd of the quarter.
Coach Heisey recognized that
George Fox, 11, Haley Hutchinson.
she wanted to spend some more time with her family. After they had stuck with her over the grueling basketball season for all those years. Turnover by the Falcons, and an easy put in that time for Haley Hartney to tie the game up at 22 points apiece. So Mike Simonson, who came over after working at Washington State in the men's basketball department as a video coordinator, and worked his way up there, became an assistant at Seattle Pacific a couple of years ago. There's a runner for Albert that does not go, and it's rebounded by Hartney. Now George Fox coming with a full head of steam the other way. And a foul is going to be called on Skidmore underneath the basket.
Foul is on the Falcons, Jade Skidmore. Checking in for SPU number 10, Rachel Bird.
Rachel Bird coming in for Seattle Pacific along with Natalie Hoff.
Back in 30, Natalie Hoff. For the Bruins 11, Haley Hutchinson.
And Haley Hutzer comes back for George Fox. She gets the ball right off the inbounds, and she's fouled, and will go to the free throw line.
Foul goes on Rachel Berg at SPU, her 1st, the Falcons 3rd.
So the Falcons' new head coach, Mike Simonson, mentioned he worked in the men's basketball program at Washington State. He went to school there as well. As Hutzler drains the first free throw, graduated from Washington State in 2011, and he spent 9 years with the men's basketball program there. He was a student manager, and then I mentioned video coordinator, and then became the coordinator of operations. Falcons down by 2 now. Rachel Berg with it. Looking for Natalie Hoff, and Hoff was fouled. They're going to get Hutzler.
Bruins, Haley Hutchinson. Her 2nd of the team's 3rd.
Her 2nd foul.
SPU 24, Haley Bennett.
Checking in for SPU, Haley Bennett.
For George Fox, 30,
And for George
Matney
Fox,
Jamison.
Matney Jamison. An offensive foul is going to be called on SPU. On Hoff, who just came back into the ball game. Whistled for her 2nd, 4th of the quarter as a team on Seattle Pacific. So George Fox with a 2-point lead and the ball, 7:19 to go in the half. Maddie Hall thought about pulling the trigger on that 3, then takes it inside. And she was fouled.
Foul on Jaylee Albert of SPU, her 2nd.
Jaylee Alberts whistled for her 2nd. So it'll be 2 shots for Hall. And a freshman from Salem, Oregon, also not too far from the George Fox campus, and she misses the first. Averaged 24.8 points per game as a senior in high school, did Hall. And she is a 1-for-2 trip at the line. And the Bruins are up 3, just over 7 minutes to go in the half. Down low for Hoff, and she has her pocket picked by Hull. Fast break opportunity for George Fox. Hull throws it up, off balance, no good, and the ball goes back to the Falcons. So an opportunity missed. No, they're going to change it. And the ball's going to stay on this end with George Fox. Originally ruled Falcons ball. But the officials overturned it. Hull will trigger. Inbounds it down low to Headings, who lost her dribble, but handed it off to Matney Jamison, who's able to lay it in with the left hand, and George Fox has their largest lead of the game now. They're up 5, 27-22. Jamison, the senior from Oregon, that one goes out of bounds, and it will stay with SPU. Jamison averaged just 5 minutes a game last year for George Fox. And she's been playing well so far today. 4 points, 2 rebounds.
And 23,
Cassidy Posey checks in for the Bruins for the first time today. Albert will bring it up for SPU. Evans with a nice move to the basket, lays it up and it gets it to go off the window. Riley Evans. The senior from Australia trims the deficit to 3. Wide open 3 is good for number 24, Haley Hartney, who averaged 7 points a game last year for the Bruins. And that's going to be a 5-second violation and a turnover. To give the Bruins the ball back. Caprice Boston and CC West back now for SPU, down by 6. Make it 8, maybe even 9, and 1 for Kylan Coleman.
Field goal good. Foul is on Riley Evans.
Riley Evans whistled for her first foul, and Coleman
shoots one.
able to bang it in with a 3-point chance. So a little bit sloppy from SPU here early on in this exhibition matchup. As the free throw from Coleman goes straight through. 9-point lead for the Division III powerhouse here against Seattle Pacific. Albert barking out the play. Hands it off to Evans. There's an open look from Boston. She doesn't take it inside. Gives to Evans, who fires for 3, and she drains it. Riley Evans. Able to convert, and the Falcons down 6 midway through this second quarter. Nice move there from Spencer, going all the way, taking it herself, doing a lot of dribbling, but able to hit it in off the window. Second time we've seen her do that all by herself. CC West loses the handle, and right there is Spencer again. The junior from Woodinville has been all over the place so far this afternoon. Her 9 points a game last year were the second most on the Bruins team. And there's a travel to give the ball back to Seattle Pacific.
And we have a timeout on the Royal Dome court. With the score, George Fox 35, the Falcons
And that will
27.
take us to our media timeout here in the second quarter. George Fox giving SPU all they can handle so far. 15 minutes through this one, 4:39 to go in the second quarter. It's the Bruins 35, Falcons 27. Timeout on the floor. You're listening to SPU Basketball on Stretch Internet. Out of the timeout, it will be Caprice Boston to inbound for Seattle Pacific, and it is saved. What a job there by Haley Stobridge. And it's another turnover for Seattle Pacific. 4.5 to play in the half. Spencer looking down low. Beautiful feed and a beautiful lay-in for Matney Jamison. Her third bucket of the game. And it's a 10-point spread and a lead for George Fox. CC West with it down low. She is tied up with Maddie Hull of George Fox, and the possession arrows with the Falcons, so they will keep it on this end. Kaylee Doubt back for the Bruins. Jade Skidmore back for Seattle Pacific. Boston gets it off the inbound. And she'll find Albert to set up the offense, and she has her pocket picked by Spencer. There she goes again, and Spencer's fouled by Albert on the fast break, and she will shoot two. Emily Spencer has been all over the place for George Fox. First free throw is good.
Back for the Bruins, 24, Haley Hartley.
George Fox now 10 of 12 from the line. Seattle Pacific just 4 of 9. Both free throws good. Make it 11 for 13. And Maddie Hingston now back for Seattle Pacific. 12-point lead for George Fox. Boston. Evans, a three. Too short. Rebounded by Jamison. Annie Jamison. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Having herself a nice first half. Spencer was looking down low for Jamison, but had it deflected out of bounds off of SPU. So it'll stay at this end with George Fox, 18 to shoot. Mentioned earlier how the Falcons lost a ton last year. Had 6 players graduate, including all 5 starters. Wild shot thrown up there. Rebounded by Seattle Pacific. Evans pushes it up to Skidmore. There's a top of the key three, and that one is good. Maddie Hingston, catch and shoot, her second triple of the game. And the Falcons back within 9. Oh, a foul called that time on Caprice Boston, who had her hands up.
Foul is called on the Falcons, Caprice Boston.
And so Haley Hartney will shoot 2.
2 shots for the
But
Bruins.
Seattle Pacific last year lost 3 all-GNAC players among their starting 5. Courtney Hollander, who averaged 12 points and 6 rebounds for the Falcons. Jordan McPhee, who averaged 13.5 points a game. And Rachel Shim, who averaged 8 points and 3 rebounds. So that's a ton of production that has been lost by Seattle Pacific. So that is a big gap to fill in points and rebounds, as well as senior leadership. First free throw good for Hartney, the second one. Straight through as well. 11-point lead for the Bruins. And that one's stolen. Hartney takes it all the way, and the lead is now 13. Haley Hartney, after a couple of free throws, and now another turnover. A couple of free throws, a steal and a score, and CC West caught it out of bounds off of the deflection. And Seattle Pacific will take a quick timeout.
30 seconds.
CC West was inbounding that ball, and it was deflected by George Fox, and then she simply caught it out of bounds. Very upset with herself after that. So out of the timeout, George Fox. Will have the ball. It'll be Maddie Hall to inbound.
Personal goes against the Falcons, Jade Skidmore, right finger. 2 shots for Kylan Coleman.
So in the bonus, a foul away from the ball. And that'll give Kylan Coleman 2 shots. Seattle Pacific entering today 10 and 11 all time in their exhibition matchups. George Fox beat Seattle Pacific for one of those 11 losses back on November 4th, 2011. They wiped out a 16-point second half deficit to win 70-67. 5 seconds called as the Falcons can't get the ball in. They continue to have trouble with that press. Good defense by CC West, hands straight up, poke the ball free. Excellent execution there off that turnover. Evans to Skidmore. CC West driving the lane, full head of steam, lays it up, no good, and it's rebounded by Haley Hartney. Pushes it up ahead to Spencer, going all the way and finishes with the right hand. And then Hall commits a foul on Skidmore. Falcons not in the bonus just yet. 1:50 to play in the first half. How about a 16-point lead for George Fox?
Bruins have 21-8. Huguenin.
Here's Evans. Skidmore top of the key. Rachel Berg with it now. Berg looking for some space in the corner. Dishes it off to West. Turns around, lays it up, and is able to convert. Really nice move by CC West. Falcons hoping to see more of that. The graduate student was granted one more year after her grad year last year. Was wiped out just 5 games in because of an injury. 14-point lead for the Bruins. Nice move down low, but shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound by Jamison, and now Jamison down low, misses the layup, gets her own miss, and is able to put it back. Jamison's been a big presence down low for George Fox. Falcons need to get it over. And they are able to, but Berg tied up, loses the dribble, and it goes into the hands of Skidmore. Berg to Ratusk, nice look, and a nice finish. Carly Ratusk, down low, banks it off the window. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Get a foul on the Falcons. Rachel Berg's going to be whistled. Her second. And 2 shots coming up now.
Shooting 2,
Kate Huguenin at the line. Huguenin missed all of last season because of an injury. She misses the first, ended up serving as the team's student manager last year, but back on the court, healthy again this year. 27.5 seconds to go in the half. Huguenin misses both, and the ball goes out of bounds to Seattle Pacific with just over 26 seconds to go. And now, if they choose, the Falcons can take the last shot.
After the guests, 22, Taven Headings.
Berg unable to get it up as it's stolen and laid in by Maddie Hall. That press has given the Falcons some big-time fits in this first half. 7 seconds to go. Evans has it, calling for a screen. It comes from Rotusk. Evans all the way, lays it up, lays it in, and it's good as the horn sounds. That was a big-time, much-needed bucket for Seattle Pacific. Riley Evans able to trim the deficit to 14 points at the break. What a first half here at the Royal Brome Pavilion, but the Division III George Fox University Bruins have a 50-36 lead against the Division II SPU Falcons on the road in this exhibition matchup. Halftime at Brome, second half coming up in just a little bit. You're listening to Seattle Pacific University Falcons basketball on Stretch Internet. back to the Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle on the campus of Seattle Pacific University. My name is Max Gunn, welcoming you back inside the building where the Falcons and the Bruins are getting ready to get the second half underway in their exhibition tilt. It was a great first half for the visiting Bruins. They have a 50-36 lead at the break for Seattle Pacific. Their leading scorer is Riley Evans, the all preseason GNAC Conference selectee with 9 points, and the leading scorer for George Fox, Haley Hartney, she had 12, and Matney Jamison, who has been a great force down low for the Bruins so far today, put together a really nice first half. She had 8 points and 5 rebounds. So second half is off and moving. There's Jamison right there, kicks it out for a 3. That is no good, but an offensive rebound. And it's tied up by Riley Evans to get a jump ball. The possession arrow is with SPU. So Evans right out of the gate doing some nice work. Able to get the possession back. Evans triggers it, and bringing it up is Haley Bennett. Falcons had a lot of trouble with that press in the first half. There's a turnover. CC West couldn't hang on to it, and she fouled Haley Hartney.
The first foul of the third quarter is on the Falcons' Riley Evans, her second personal.
Evans whistled for her second. Now it'll be Emily Spencer bringing it up for the Bruins. Spencer had 6 points in that first half. What a defensive play there by Bennett. Got all ball tangled up down low. Stevens will inbound. Wild shot thrown up there. 1 second to shoot. Getting it off is Jamison. No good. Rebounded by CC West. So George Fox uses all 30 seconds on the shot clock there. And come away empty-handed. Now Evans with it. Spencer contesting big time. Evans has to get rid of it to Albert. West down low on that left block. Turning into some traffic. Puts it up with the right hand. No. Gets her own miss. And now she's tied up and traveled with it. She hit the deck, rolled around on the hardwood a little bit, and is whistled for the travel. So that'll be a turnover. And give the ball back to George Fox, and Emily Spencer will bring it up. Spencer going around the back, taking it all the way, dishing it inside, looking for Jamison, but intercepted by CC West. Very nicely done defensively. A little slower pace already through just the first couple of minutes of this third quarter. There's Rotus down low, using that size. Just in and out, but she was fouled and will shoot a pair in the free throws. We're not there for the Falcons in the first half. SPU went just 4 of 9 at the line, while George Fox went 14 of 19. So Rotusk will look to better that percentage, and she does right there as she drains the first. Rotusk hits both. She now has 4 points, and the Falcons down by 12. It was George Fox who erased a 16-point deficit to win here in 2011. Falcons trying to do the same. 18-footer, no good, and that one's rebounded by Haley Hartney. It was Haley Bennett who got the shot off, just a little too strong. Now Spencer taking it, but kicks it back out to Haley Hutzler. Hutzler into the corner to Hartley. Into some traffic, loses it, but gets it back. 10 seconds to shoot. Spencer wants to reset. Now 5 seconds to shoot. Puts it up, and she is going to be fouled. They're going to get a block on CC West. And Spencer will shoot 2. Good to see CC West very active for Seattle Pacific, coming off of that knee injury. She hit the deck there. She also hit the ground hard after she drew a charge in the first half and popped right back up, showing no ill effects of that knee injury, and she'll be a key piece for Seattle Pacific this season as Spencer misses the first. CC West at Portland State set a program single season record a couple of years ago in the 2015-2016 season with 286 rebounds. And again, that's at the Division I level. Tusk was open. Down low, but Bennett didn't see her, and now it's stolen. Spencer kicks it out. Hartley puts it up, no good. Rebounded down low, and it's put in, and a foul by Haley Hutzler. Just sort of threw up a prayer. But they're going to wave that basket off and say the foul was well before the shot. Jade Skidmore coming back in now for Bennett for SPU. 13-point lead for George Fox, and they'll inbound the basketball. And they will send it across half court where it's picked up by Strobridge. Strobridge going right at Skidmore all the way with the right hand. That was just never really contested. And she's able to lay it in. 15-point lead for George Fox. Top of the key, 3 from Riley Evans, her second triple of the game. And Evans now with 12 points to lead SPU. Looking to get it to Jamison, working against Rook Tusk, feeds it inside, now back out. Spencer thought about the 3, takes it inside, kicks it out. 3 on the way from Hutzler, no good. And CC West with a big, strong rebound to haul it in, and Spencer steals it, but steps out of bounds. Emily Spencer continues to be all over the place. Maddie Hingston coming back for Seattle Pacific, and for the Bruins, Taven Headings checks in. George Fox played 12 players in that first half. Hingston kicks it out. Albert fires a 3, way off and saved, but into the arms of Haley Strobridge for George Fox. Nearly midway through this third quarter, 53-41. Bruins out in front. Jamison down low. Goes right over the top of Carly Rotusk to put it in. Now Natalie Hoff checks in for the Lady Falcons. And Maddie Hall coming in for the Bruins. This George Fox program has tons and tons of success year in and year out. They've had 20-win seasons in 8 of the last 9 years, including 2 30-win seasons in that span in 2012 and 2015. There's a bucket and a foul for Jade Skidmore, who will have a chance for a 3-point play. Haley Strobridge whistled for the foul. So Skidmore will try and complete the three-point try on this end. Misses it. And now George Fox coming the other way. CC West got a hand on it. George Fox now a 9 to shoot. Looking for somewhere to go. Nice pass. Hall into Jamison. No good. Skidmore was fouled over the back by Haley Hutzler, and the Falcons will get the ball back. But George Fox.
Time out on the court with the score. George Fox 55 at SPU.
Who have been so good over the last handful of years. Won a Division III championship in 2009. And are rolling here in Seattle. They have a 12-point lead with 4:39 to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one, too. You're listening to SPU Women's Basketball on Stretch Internet. So out of the media timeout, Falcons have the basketball. Skidmore will inbound, looking for somewhere to go, and she finds Hingston. Who gives it back to Skidmore, who will bring it up for Seattle Pacific. Down by 12 with 4.5 to go in this third quarter. My name is Max Gunn. Great to have you with me from the Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle. CC West down low. Knocks it in off the glass. And the lead for George Fox is now just 10. It was 16 at the break. Wild shot thrown up that time by Hartney. Gets her own miss, puts it up. And no good again, but it'll stay on this end with George Fox. Hutzler down low, working against Skidmore. Turnaround jumper, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Staying with George Fox. Just before the break, I was talking about all of the Bruins' success over the years. They had a 25-4 season last year. They made the Final Four 3 times in the last 9 years, in 2009, 2012, and 2015. And in 16 years as a basketball program, they've qualified for the NCAA tournament 14 times. Intercepted by CC West, running the floor. It's 3-on-1, hands it off. But that elbow jumper is missed by Maddie Hingston. So an opportunity missed for SPU. Loose ball. And a timeout is going to be called. Very heads-up play that time by Haley Hartney, who hit the deck. And just as she was about to get tied up, she called a timeout. 30-second timeout on the floor. In some other SPU Falcon sports news, the volleyball team plays its final road game of the year tonight with a visit to Alaska Fairbanks. The Falcons return home here to the Royal Brome Pavilion to host Simon Fraser on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Also, the men's basketball team for SPU lost 70-61 on Thursday at 25th ranked Washington. Coleman Wooten led the Falcons with an 18-point, 10-rebound double-double performance. SPU will tip off the regular season on the road on Friday at 5:30 in Chico, California against the 8th-ranked Cal Poly Panoma squad. And the SPU Falcons women's basketball team, which you're watching right now on Stretch Internet, starts their regular season on the road next weekend at Western Washington. The Falcons will play at Western Washington in a tournament, and they'll open up with games against Fresno Pacific on Friday before meeting Humboldt State on Saturday. Both games will be at 5 o'clock at Carver Gymnasium in Bellingham. For all the latest sports news from Seattle Pacific University, you can go to spufalcons.com. Jade Skidmore with it. 3:18 to go in this third quarter. Falcons down by 10, trying to make a second half comeback against George Fox. Kingston gives it to CC West. Moving to her left, loses the dribble and traveled with it. It's the second time CC West has traveled in this game. She turns it over back to the Bruins, who are going to go to their bench. Emily Spencer will check back into the game, as will Matney Jamison. So head coach Michael Meek digging deep onto his bench. I mentioned they went 12 deep in the first half. Nearly everybody that has dressed has seen some action today for George Fox. Spencer dumps it off. That's Headings who puts it up, no good. And that one's tied up. And the arrow will favor George Fox. It's the fourth or fifth jump ball that we've seen here in this exhibition matchup. Spencer inbounds it right away to Headings, who missed it off the glass. Now here comes Albert with a full head of steam for Seattle Pacific. And Natalie Hoff is fouled by Jamison. Fourth team foul of the quarter on George Fox. During that last time out, I mentioned the Falcons opening up on the road in Bellingham next week. And Seattle Pacific has a pretty difficult non-conference schedule before they get into the thick of GNAC play. Hoff is fouled again down low, this time by Headings. But Seattle Pacific set that tough non-conference schedule to set them up for the very tough GNAC. The GNAC conference sent 4 teams to regionals last year. And Coach Mike Simonson very excited for that opportunity for the tough non-conference schedule. Acknowledging that Humboldt State and Fresno Pacific, their first 2 opponents, return almost their entire rosters from last year. There's a 3-pointer that's through from Kylan Coleman. And the lead is back to 12 for George Fox. Maddie Hingston loses the dribble, gives it to Albert. 15 to shoot for SPU. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. CC West, left elbow, working against Spencer. CC with a nice cut to the basket and a good finish. CC West set up that play with the pass and then moved without the basketball to get some space and lay that one in. Hoff battling down low against Jamison, and it goes off of Jamison's foot. And the ball goes back to SPU. A much cleaner third quarter here from the Falcons. Haley Hutzler checking back in for George Fox. Hartley was about to come in, but the official says she has to wait until the next whistle. Skidmore looking at inbound. She finds Albert. Falcons trying to do a better job against this press, and they do. Nicely done. Hingston crosses half court. And now we're going to get a whistle. Looks like there was an issue with the clock. So one of the officials going over to the scores table to get the clock back in order. It's 58-48, 10-point lead for George Fox on the road here in the Royal Brome Pavilion. After the Falcons square off against Fresno Pacific and Humboldt State in the first two games of the year, then they have to play Azusa Pacific and UC San Diego, which are always strong teams. So a tough slate right out of the gate for SPU. The Falcons picked 7th out of 11 teams in the GNAC by coaches in the preseason rankings. And despite the great season last year when they went 23-8, Mike Simonson acknowledged that he understands that teams might pick them lower because they lost 6 seniors and the GNAC conference is very strong. So after looking at the clock, they decide to take 9 seconds off to put it at 1:58, and then on that inbounds pass, or before the pass on the inbounds play, Jaylee Albert was fouled. And with the Falcons being in the bonus, she will head to the line, makes the first. Back to single digits, a 9-point deficit, and make it 8 as Albert hits both. Hutzler had it stolen. Maddie Hingston with a nice job, and now the Falcons will set up the offense with Albert. CC West has it. Just inside the arc, under a minute to go now in this third quarter. West down low on that block. Triple team, throws it up. No, but she's fouled. Hits the deck hard again. And she will shoot a pair of free throws. Kylie Coleman. Whistled for the foul.
CC West at the line, will shoot team. So this 30, Matney Jamison.
Check that the foul was on Emily Holder, and she has fouled out. That was her 5th. So Matney Jamison will check back in for her. 51.4 seconds to go in this third quarter. Toweling off a wet spot on the floor. And now CC West will shoot a pair of free throws. Now's the first. Falcons down by just 7 now. Make it 6. CC West, it's a pair. Much more active in the second half. Here's Spencer going hard to the basket, but she's fouled by Natalie Hoff.
SPU's Natalie Hoff for third in the team score.
Third foul on Hoff. Finals All-American nominee last year as a senior at Southridge High School in Beaverton. Also start on the volleyball court there. Her foul sends Spencer to the line, and Spencer hits the first. Riley Evans coming back now for Albert for the last 44.3 seconds of this third quarter. So this game tightening up on us now.
And Kaylee down 14 for the Bruins.
Maddie Hull back in for George Fox. One more free throw coming for Spencer. Really good looking stroke. Nothing but the bottom of the net both times. 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Skidmore able to cross midcourt. Falcons trying to set up their offense. And it's stolen. Bad pass from Skidmore, who was looking for Hoff, but the layup's missed on the other end by Haley Hutzler. And with 20 seconds to go, the Falcons can take the last shot, and Mike Simonson, their head coach, is instructing them to do just that. He saw Jade Skidmore pushing to the basket. He said, back it up, slow it down, and set up a play. And now Emily Spencer will foul Natalie Hoff, who will go to the free throw line for two with 8.6 seconds left in the quarter.
Foul on Emily Spencer, her first. 2 shots for Natalie Hall.
Hoff has the first one, rattle in and out. Falcons down by 8, 60-52. Splits the pair, goes 1 for 2. Falcons down by 7, 5 seconds to go. Top of the key three. Too strong that time from Hutzler, rebounded by Skidmore, who throws it up from 3/4 court. Wouldn't have counted anyway. It was a hair late. And that is how quarter number 3 comes to a close. Much better quarter from the SPU Lady Falcons, as they are down now by just 7 points with 10 minutes left to go in this exhibition tilt. Fourth quarter coming up. 60-53, George Fox with the lead on the road. You're listening to SPU Falcons basketball on Stretch Internet. Back here at the Royal Brome Pavilion, getting ready for the fourth quarter in this exhibition matchup between Seattle Pacific and George Fox. Falcons down by 7, 60-53, and we're underway. Jade Skidmore has been running some more point in this second half for the Lady Falcons. Dishes it off to CC West on that right block. West looking for somewhere to go, finds Skidmore again, who pulls up from 8 feet and hits it. Nice job by Jade Skidmore, and now Falcons down by just 5. Maddie Hull down low, turnaround jumper, no good, rebounded by Maddie Hingston. And the Falcons have totally changed their approach here in the second half, have been much more patient, using more of the shot clock and running better plays offensively. CC West down low, banks it in. and it's just a 3-point ball game. Three-pointer, too strong, no good from Haley Hutzler, and the rebound goes to Riley Evans. Falcons could tie it up on this trip down the floor. Skidmore thought about it. CC West now top of the key, looking for a screen. Nobody coming, so she'll dish it back off to Skidmore from 15 feet. Just out. Looked like it was going to sink in after hitting the back of the rim. But George Fox comes away with it. Emily Spencer nearly turned it over, but it's saved by Maddie Hall. 9 seconds to shoot for George Fox. Looking to make something happen. Three-pointer, top of the key, no good again from Holtzler, and it's rebounded down low by Carly Ratask. Kingston. Now CC West with a jab step down low. Nice move, and she finishes. What a second half from CC West and Seattle Pacific. They are down by a single point. Michael Meek wants a timeout. Just 2 minutes into this fourth quarter, it is 60-59. The Bruins lead is just one. What a response by Seattle Pacific after being down by 14 points at halftime. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be back in a moment. You're listening to SPU Basketball on Stretch Internet. Out of the timeout, George Fox will inbound the basketball. Still up, but just by 1 point, 60-59. Max Gooden with you from the Royal Brome Pavilion. Great to have you with me here on Stretch Internet. Spencer looking down low, turnaround jumper is good for Haley Hutzler. Hutzler now with 11 points. That was a big, big bucket for the Bruins to momentarily stop the bleeding and go back up by 3. Nice move by Ratusk down low. She goes up, misses the shot, but was fouled and will now go to the line for 2. Ratusk. With 8 points and 3 rebounds, having a nice day for the Lady Falcons. This is the first free throw. And now Matney Jamison. We'll check back in for George Fox. One or two on the line for Ratusk. 2-point game. George Fox 62, SPU 60. 7 minutes to go in this one. Headings nearly lost the ball, gives it back to Spencer. Spencer sees some space, kicks it out, but it goes off the hands of Haley Strobridge. And the Falcons get it back. Riley Evans will inbound right in front of the George Fox bench, finds Albert. Working against Emily Spencer on the press. And the Falcons able to break it. Down low, Ratusk. Up and under, move! Finishes, and we are tied. 62-62 here in Brome. And that Falcons bench is fired up with good reason. They've erased a 14-point halftime deficit to tie this one with 6:20 to go. 3 ball on the way, too short from Haley Strobridge, and here come the Falcons. Evans steps into a 3 for the lead, got it! 65-62 Falcons. Riley Evans with her 3rd triple of the game. There's a bucket down low. On the left block from Jamison. Falcons lead just 1. What an exhibition game this has been. It may be just that, an exhibition, but you certainly would know it by the way these two teams are playing. This is very intense, very physical. The crowd is into it. You would think this is just a regular season or GNAC conference game. And it's been a lot of fun to watch. Boston in for Seattle Pacific. She will inbound with 5:40 to go. Skidmore has it. To West. Cross court, Evans feeling it. Another 3. Got it again! Riley Evans. Now with a game-high 18 points. Has put the team on her back here in this 4th quarter. Maddie Hall able to square it in off the window for George Fox to make it a 2-point game. So Riley Evans showing that she is worthy of being a unanimous pick for the All-GNAC team in the preseason. There's Skidmore, too strong, and it's rebounded by Coleman. Under 5 to go now. 15-footer wide left for Jamison, and it's rebounded by CC West. And intercepted. Coming the other way is George Fox. That's Haley Hartney. And the Falcons draw a charge. What a job by Jade Skidmore. The 5'7" junior getting in front of Haley Hartney. And Hartney, as she was going up for the layup, ran right into Skidmore, who was able to draw the foul. Natalie Hoff back in for Seattle Pacific. And that one's stolen by Coleman, but then it goes out of bounds off the hands of Strobridge. And the Falcons get it right back, so George Fox with some missed opportunities. Michael Meek, head coach for the Bruins, clapped his hands in frustration after that last giveaway. Maddie Hingston back in for SPU now, 4:09 to go. Michael Meek reached the 100-win mark with George Fox in just 5 years as the head coach of their program. He has won a lot and in a hurry. He's also on the faculty with George Fox. He's a professor in the Department of Health and Human Performance. Played basketball himself at Tacoma Community College and Eastern Oregon University. And he's from not too far from here in Puyallup. CC West misses the turnaround jumper, rebounded and hung on to by Haley Hutzler. Just over 3.5 to go. Layup no good. Rebounded and put back by Strobridge. We are all tied up. It is 68-68. And a travel is going to be called on Haley Bennett right in front of the scores table. She was trying to get a couple of bodies off of her. At midcourt, just after breaking that press, and now Bennett will take a seat. Jaylee Albert comes back in to take her spot on the floor. So George Fox will get the basketball. 68-68, 3:20 to play in regulation. Spencer nearly tied up with Albert. Finds Haley Hartney, who gives it back to Spencer. 14 to shoot. Spencer taking it in, finishes with the right hand. Bobbing and weaving her way through the paint into the lane. Able to get a shot off. Very nicely done for Spencer, who leads the Bruins now with 13 points. Have to give George Fox a lot of credit. A ferocious comeback by Seattle Pacific, and George Fox has not gone away. Would have been very easy for them to just mail it in here on the road after going down. But they've taken a 2-point lead again. Here's Evans down low, and she was fouled as she was going up for the shot.
Foul on the Bruins, Haley Hutzler, her 5th. And the 4th team foul.
Haley Hutzler called for the foul. 4th team foul of the quarter on George Fox. So Evans has a chance to even the score now with a pair of free throws.
Back for the Falcons, Jade Skidmore, number 20. For the Bruins, 25, Haley Strobridge.
Evans hits the first. Now with 19 points on the night. Looking to make it an even 20 and tie this game up at 70. Oh, just in and out. Halfway down and decided to pop out at the last minute. So still a 1-point lead for the Bruins. Spencer kicks it out for a triple try. That is good. Taven Headings with a big-time three-pointer. And now there seems to be confusion whether that was a 2 or a 3. One of the officials going over to the table to talk about it.
The score is the Bruins 73, Falcons 69.
So it was indeed a 3. After some confusion with the scoreboard, it's a 4-point lead after that 3 from Headings. So the Falcons down 74-69, 2:03 to go, and they'll have to inbound it again after that one was deflected out. Evans inbounds it to Albert. CC West. Back to the top of the key. Albert looking for some space with the left hand. No good, but she was fouled and will go to the line for 2. 15th foul of the quarter for George Fox. Still no fouls committed in this quarter by the Lady Falcons. So Albert heading to the line for a pair. And she drains the first. Now a one-possession game. Gets both. Albert now with 6 points makes it a 2-point game, 73-71. And a foul down low called away from the ball on Seattle Pacific. Natalie Hoff whistled for her fourth. So with just 1:38 to go, it'll be a while until George Fox is able to get into the bonus. That one taken away by CC West. 90 seconds to go. Albert at the top has CC West, who is fouled hard by Emily Spencer. And now West will head to the free throw line because the Falcons are in the bonus. And West misses the first. The Falcons 16 for 27 at the free throw line. Make it 16 for 28. She missed both. Had a chance to tie up the ball game, couldn't do it. Falcons still down by 2, 1:10 left. Falcons looking for a stop. And there's a foul on Albert with 1:04 left to go. Just the second team foul. Again, the Bruins still a ways away from the bonus. This is a packed gym here at the Royal Brome Pavilion for this exhibition matchup. Great crowd, great energy. A lot of George Fox fans made the 4-hour trip up to Seattle as well to cheer on their Bruins. Looked like there was an issue with the clock again, which is why the whistle blew. Now the clock showing just 59 seconds left. And the officials talking it over. It will be George Fox ball, up by 2, evidently with under a minute to go. And now the teams will head to their respective benches as the officials sort all of this out. So while they're doing that, we will get you up to date with some other SPU Falcons sports news. Seattle Pacific lost 2-1 against 17th ranked Concordia on Thursday in the semifinals of the GNAC Women's Soccer Tournament. The Falcons find out their postseason fate when the NCAA Division II tournament field is revealed on Monday afternoon. For all the latest news on SPU Athletics, visit spufalcons.com. So after all that, the officials deem that there is indeed 59 seconds left to go. 25 on the shot clock for George Fox, who inbounds the ball. Emily Spencer with it. Falcons really need to stop here. Spencer gives to Hartney. 13 to shoot, and a foul is going to be called on Jade Skidmore. That's the third team foul. Her fourth. But more importantly, that resets the shot clock to 30 for George Fox, with just 44 seconds to go. So that will allow the Bruins to milk some more clock. Spencer doing just that. Now 30 seconds to go. Kicks it out, 12 to shoot. Spencer gets it back, driving the lane, puts it up, too strong, and it's rebounded by Evans, who hauls it in. Under 20 seconds to go, Falcons down by 2. Albert thought about the 3, passes it out, but a timeout is called by Seattle Pacific. Mike Simonson right there in front of the official to call that timeout. And what a game this has been, with 14.1 seconds left to go in regulation. The Falcons have the ball, down by 2, and have an opportunity to take the final shot with the shot clock turned off. We will step aside and be back. Don't go anywhere. Big finish coming up here from the Rome Pavilion on Stretch Internet. So here we go, 14.1 seconds left. Falcons with the ball, down 2, 73-71. They lost once before to George Fox on November 4th, 2011 in this building. Trying to avoid going down for the second time. They need a bucket in a hurry. Albert has it. Off the inbounds, 10 seconds to go. CC West with it. West driving the lane. Layup no good. Rebounded underneath by Jamison, who is fouled immediately with 5 seconds left. That's just the 4th team foul on Seattle Pacific, so George Fox will inbound it again.
Timeout, George Fox.
And George Fox will take a timeout prior to the inbounds pass. So that's one of the few times where, if you're the Falcons, you wish that you had committed another team foul so that Jamison can head to the line immediately and not take any more ticks off of that clock, which sits at just 5 seconds left. 73-71, Bruins lead and with the ball. The Bruins returning the majority of their roster. Seattle Pacific have 6 newcomers, 3 on transfers and 3 true freshmen. So it's a bit of a roster overhaul for SPU. They're hanging tough in this exhibition matchup. And they will need either some missed free throws or a turnover to have a chance. Haley Strobridge will trigger. And a foul committed before she's able to throw it in by Riley Evans.
Falcons' 4th foul and Evans' 4th.
4th team foul. Now it goes in to Haley Hartney, who catches it. And now she will head to the line as the Bruins are finally in the bonus. That took another 1.5 seconds off the clock. 3.5 to go. So now Hartney can ice this game with a couple of makes here. First shot is up, and she hits it. It is a 3-point lead for the Bruins.
With Jade Skidmore and Natalie Hall.
Falcons need a miss and a rebound to have a chance. May be able to take a dribble or two, but then have to throw it up. The second free throw from Hartney is a big one as she gets it to fall to put the Bruins up by 4. And that just may do it. Wow. The George Fox University Bruins have a 75-71 lead in the exhibition matchup against SPU with 3.5 seconds to go. Timeout called by Mike Simonson. The Falcons need a quick bucket and then a quick foul or a quick turnover. No matter how you slice it up, needs to be in a blink of an eye with just 3.5 seconds to go. Jade Skidmore will inbound for the Lady Falcons. Looking for somewhere to go. Running out of time and now throws it into Albert, who takes a dribble, throws up a 3. It's good as time expires, but it's too little too late for Seattle Pacific University. They fall by just a single point, 75-74. And George Fox from the Division III Northwest Conference come into the Royal Brome Pavilion in this exhibition matchup and knock off the Division II GNAC Falcons. They hang on by 1 point and deserve all the credit in the world. After Seattle Pacific took a 3-point lead midway through the fourth quarter after being down 14 points in the first half, George Fox stuck with it and hung tough on the road to win by 1. Seattle Pacific also has a lot to be proud of after this game. They cleaned things up big time in the second half. Again, I mentioned down by 14. They tightened up their game plan big time and played a whole lot better in the second half. Has to be very encouraging for first-year head coach Mike Simonson and the rest of the Lady Falcons staff. The final totals from this one. Riley Evans led all scorers for Seattle Pacific University. She finished with 19 points. Haley Hartney led the way for George Fox. She had 14. Also, CC West had 14 points for Seattle Pacific. Very big for her and her return after missing all but 5 games last year with a very good performance in the exhibition game. The final score one more time. George Fox beat Seattle Pacific for just the second time. After a decade of exhibition games, it's been an annual tradition. They won in 2011 and they also win in 2018, 75-74. The Lady Falcons will tip off the regular season with the exhibition in the books on November 9th against Fresno Pacific, and then right after that, a day later on November 10th against Humboldt State. That's in the Western Washington West Region Crossover Classic in Bellingham. The first home game of the season will be on November 16th against the Azusa Pacific University right here in the Royal Brome Pavilion at 5 p.m. That'll wrap up our coverage of SPU women's basketball this evening. For all of us here at Seattle Pacific University, my name is Max Gunn, saying thank you and so long. Appreciate you tuning in to the broadcast. Hope to catch you on November 16th when the Falcons are back at home for their first regular season matchup of the year. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. You've been listening to SPU Women's Basketball on Stretch Internet.